Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Donjo part number EL-225. This is a silver-coated steel strike plate is what it is. This is a somewhat unusual strike in the fact that it's a D strike, or what we would call a full lip strike. Full lip, if you use your imagination, you can see why we would call it a D strike. What makes it unusual in a full lip is that it's 2 3/4 tall. That's unusual. But also the width makes it unusual, just as a full lip 2 1/4 or a T strike or a Nancy strike. Overall width of the strike is 3 inch. Well, that's not how these are measured. These are actually measured from the center of the hole to the edge of the lip. And this would be a 2 1/2 extended lip strike is what this actually is. So this has a lip length of 2 1/2 inch. Now a standard lip length for comparison is about 1 1/4 inch. So this literally has an additional 1 1/4 inch dimension happening there. It's a little shy on 2 1/2. But anyway, it would be considered 2 1/2. Let's take a look. So why would you use this? Well, you have a lock that requires I'm going to bet you have a lock that requires a 2 3/4 tall strike. We're thinking deadbolt is why you're going to need that, because deadbolt strikes are 2 3/4 tall. T strikes are 2 3/4 tall as well, but they aren't shaped like a full lip strike. They're literally, if you put them on their end, they look like a T. Where this strike could be going is in a deadbolt, but a dead latch, a slam style deadbolt. Schlage makes them. Copies of that lock by importers are made. Cal Royal's one of them. I'm told that Kwikset has made a slam latch, although I don't have any direct experience with it. If you had a 2 3/4 tall deadbolt strike, but you were turning it or it was a latch, you would need definitely a lipped curved strike lip like this. That could be where this is going to be used. Another place you could use this, of course, would be as if you were installing. You needed an extended lip strike. You didn't necessarily need one that was a D shape, but you might be installing it to cover up an old mortised or damaged preparation. That's not unusual to order a strike larger physically than what was originally there, because you're literally trying to cover damage. The thickness of this material, 0.096, so it's 3/32 of an inch thick. 0.096. Let's switch to the screen view and take a closer look at the supporting documentation for this. Okay, so this is the item that we are here looking at, the EL-225SL silver-coated extended lip strike. There's our dimension, and again, that's how strikes are measured. They're never measured the overall width, just the center line to the lip. And again, 1 1/4 inch is standard, 1 3/16 is also standard, but 2 1/2 is substantially greater. Let's look at the template. It will tell us the gauge, 13 gauge, 090. I measured 096. Brass plated. It's available in more finishes than just brass plated, and SL for silver. Brass plated, DU for dark bronze. That's a powder coated dark bronze, and then SU for silver coated. It's a powder coat finish, a very durable style finish. So that's what the template is telling us. Gives us the location of the screw holes and the size of the hole in the center that may be of interest to you. Then also there's a link to the product catalog. Before we get to that, let's take a look at why you might need an extended lip strike. So let's say that you have a door, or a door or a gate, and you got a regular door here, nothing special about it. Regular strike is going to work out great. Okay, the inset between the face of the frame and the face of the door is usually about 3/32 of an inch. Okay, well, what if that dimension was about 1 3/8 inch? It's possible. You could literally have a condition where the door is deeper in. It just could be. There could be, you will see it in certain types of construction, especially very old construction, where you have an exceptionally thick first floor wall, and those walls are very thick because they're carrying the load of everything above it. You'll very often see a very thick wall with a very deep frame, where now that inset is an unknown value and it's not the standard. Okay. Now another reason that you might need something like this is because what if there was unusually thick trim, casing, molding, some sort of unusual applied material to the pull face? Or what's very often in the world of residential doors is that they will order a jamb, let's just say a single rabbet jamb that's 4 13/16. Okay, well, what happens is it goes to the site and the walls are 6-inch thick. Okay, so now they're going to add what's called a jamb extension. And if you do the math between 4 13/16 and 6-inch, that difference is exactly what it would take to get you to the EL225, where you're now going to go with a deeper strike, a strike with a longer lip length for that reason alone. Okay, that'd be a perfect example of where you might use this. Product catalog, and by the way, the screws are included with this. They're just in a zinc coated type finish. The EL-225, we can search that quickly and come to the table where it's located. You can see that we have options on the lip length, okay, in this 2 3/4 tall strike. Now, full lip strikes are generally 2 1/4 tall. That's what you'd see in a full lip strike. Same sort of options here. But again, if for some reason you need a 2 3/4 strike, meaning you already don't have a strike that's 2 3/4, you have those options that are there. Also in the catalog, you'll see 4 7/8 extended lip strikes. Very common. You'll bump into them occasionally. The front of the catalog will get you started on reviewing all of the strikes available from Danjo. Regular strikes, nothing unusual about them. Okay, flat lip, blank, T-strikes, ASA strikes for roller latches, replacement strikes, T-strikes, deadbolt strikes, full lip strikes, radius corner, extended lip, lots, a thimble strike. Had a question today, are these thimble strikes UL listed? No, they're not. If you have a fire-rated door, it would not be permissible to use a thimble strike, to be technical about it. Security strikes are also listed here. Large pieces of metal, 8, 12, 18-inch long. Okay, single hole and 2 hole for lock and deadbolts. Security deadbolt strikes, a very heavy piece of metal back here. Okay, more security strikes. Specialty strikes are here as well, adjustable style. They will also make custom strikes for you. In my experience, they're expensive, especially in the lower quantities, the smaller quantities. But they can give you what you need. Not a problem with that. Let us know. We can help you with a quote for custom strikes. Now, there is a link here to the manufacturer's page. You click on that, you're going to be able to pull up not only all of the Danjo products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog, as well as the subsection catalogs. If you want to look at just those strike plates, here they are. If you know the name Danjo, you probably do because of their latch protectors, latch guards, or the U-shaped door reinforcing wraparound plates. But they make other things. Pivots, you may not have known that. Ladder pulls, you may not have known that. Hinges, you may not have known that. But they do push and pull plates, flat goods, armor plates, kick plates, mop plates, stretcher plates, door controls, accessory hardware. I don't know what's in door controls. Coordinators, overhead stops and holders, things of that nature, push and pull latches. So they may have material that you're not exactly familiar with that Danjo had. So be mindful to branch out. They're an independent company, relatively small in the world that we now live in. When you answer, when you place a call to them and they answer, generally the person who answers the phone can do customer service, can do technical support right then and there. So a really nice company. Let's wrap up this video on camera. Now, in conclusion, it's a nice quality strike. It's not the perfect strike. It doesn't feature that return back to help the latch when it's being pulled back to exit the material. I don't know if this is water jet cut or if it's laser cut, but while it's a smooth surface, it's not glass smooth like the face of this. So nonetheless, we sell extended lip strikes from Donjo all the time. It's a common thing. A little less common this 2 3/4 with an extended lip, but they do exist. Why this client's using it, couldn't tell you. What the exact application is, I would like to know. And if I find out, I will be sure to update this item. Any questions on the EL-225 and an SL finish from Donjo or any other Donjo product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.